So, without further ado, lesson 4, take to the skies. That'll sink in. Anyway, the overview. Tonight, we continue to practice. That's a typo already. We continue to practice what we've learned from lessons 2 and lessons 3 as we work on stages 5, 6, 9, and 10. Bear with me now. There's methods to me madness, right? There's a beep. Methods to me madness. And we'll have a quick reminder of what we did 2 weeks ago. So, 2 weeks ago, what we did, lads, what we did. We started off with stage 1. That was obtaining the ATIS, the Automated Terminal Information Service. Essentially, the voice version of what the weather is doing and information about the airport, what we need to know, active runways, what the barometric pressure is, read by QNH, and so on. And if there were any NOTAMs we'd need to know about, notice to airmen, NOTAM, notice to airmen, that's what that means. They'll tell us what's going on at the airport, if there's anything important. So, we complete our pre-flight checks, and we turn on the battery and the radios. Using the inbuilt ATC for Microsoft Flight Simulator, we'll tune into Shannon Airport, ATIS, 130.955, and we take note of the information letter. That's important, we need that. We'll also listen to the weather, the active runway, and also the QNH, along with any other instructions that we'll hear from that.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Stage 2. Stage 2, we contact ATC, our initial call. So we tune into Shannon Ground 121.8 and we request clearance for circuits and engine start. Stage 3, start up and request taxi. At this stage, we start up our engine, we check our T's and our P's, temperatures and pressures, and when we're ready to taxi, we call up ATC. Stage 4 was the taxi. With our instructions noted, we check our charts and we start our taxi to the runway. We complete our run-up checks, and once we arrive at the whole short line, we complete the lesson by contacting ATC. That's what we did 2 weeks ago. We did stage 1 to 4 live on the stream. And I was absolutely blown away by the level of inclusion and activity. It was marvellous, absolutely brilliant. And you guys were so good, so good. In fact, you were so good, we'll have to do it again. Right? And it was great crack. So, your initial call up, getting your instructions, starting the aircraft, calling for taxi, and then taxiing, and then we hold short of the active runway. That's what we got up to 2 weeks ago, and we left it there. We were to hold short of runway 06, and then the controller said, contact tower. Good luck. Tonight, we go further. The new lesson for tonight, stage 5. This will be our departure. We will contact Shannon Tower and await further instruction. We're going to do that tonight. I'm going to give you a full run through before we do it, and then we practice it. Stage 6, we're going to fly the circuit, or if you're on that side of the pond, the traffic pattern. They're the same thing. You fly a circuit or a traffic pattern. All right? For this lesson, we'll do one circuit. Okay? It's one circuit. We're going to take off and climb to 500 feet. And once we get to 500 feet, we will turn left 90 degrees until we reach 1,000 feet. Once we hit 1,000 feet, we turn left again, another 90 degrees, until we're flying parallel with the runway. Then it's going to be time to turn, or to tune, or to contact ATC, because we will be on what's called the downwind leg. Stage 7 and 8 will be skipped for tonight's lesson, because that was go around, or not go arounds, they were touch and goes, right? We're just going to skip them. Stage 9 is going to be a full stop landing. So once we arrive on the downwind leg, it's time to call the tower and let them know that we want a full stop landing, right? Now again, there's a full script of what we have to say. Everything's written down. We just need to repeat what's there. Stage 10. Once we land the aircraft, we need to exit the runway and make our way back to the apron. For this lesson, we're going to vacate the runway on taxiway Charlie, or taxiway C. Once we have vacated the runway, we call Shannon Tower. They'll hand us over to Shannon Ground, and then we'll get taxi instructions to where it is we want to go. In this case, it's going to be the general aviation parking. Now, there are some things that we need with us tonight to accompany us with our endeavours. The first thing you need, lads, They like the sound effects. You need this. This is the virtual ATC ground school document. This is the one I created and I'm still creating. My sounds went weird. This is what we're currently working off, right? And if you haven't seen this before, it's available on our Discord. You can grab it there. The virtual ATC ground school and all these headings, everything that we've learned thus far in the course, well, they're all clickable, yeah? So what we're going to do, putting it all together, this is the lesson, and it starts off here with information in relation to the circuit or the traffic pattern. And this tells you, well, what it is. What is a traffic pattern and how do we do it? So you'll see from this, the direction of flight, the active runway, we climb to 500 feet, turn left 90 degrees. That'll be known as the crosswind leg. Then we get to 1,000 feet and we turn left again 90 degrees, and this will become the downwind leg. When we're on the downwind leg for this lesson, this is when we contact ATC. We continue to fly, we'll get our landing clearance, we then, our landing instruction, we'll then turn left when we're roughly 45 degrees away from the runway, after the runway, about a 45-degree angle over your left shoulder. We turn left 90 degrees and descend to 500 feet. This will be the base leg. And then finally, we will turn left 90 degrees onto final. That is our final approach to the active runway, in which we should and will have our landing clearance. So the difference with tonight, what we're doing, versus what's actually in the whatchamacallit, in the manual, we're skipping parts 7 and 8. We're just going to do one circuit. We have the rest of the week to practice doing the touch and goes or a low pass or whatever, right? Tonight is just a simple circuit. So what do we need? Well, we need some charts. We need our airport chart. This is important because this is going to tell us basically, or show us where we are, where we need to get to, and then what we do when we land. Yeah. So I'm going to draw, and I have some things to do. So we're going to, how's this looking? Yeah, that'll do. So we're going to be parked down here, where the red line is. Can you see the red line? Zoom in there, Murph. This is where we're going to be starting off from. We're going to taxi across the apron, up onto Alpha. Yeah. And when we get to Alpha, can I move the, I can, look. When we get to Alpha, we hold short of runway 6. This is the hold short line. Okay. Then, friends, we are going to take off. And we don't need to back taxi. You know, there's sufficient room in this runway. Like, we don't need that. We're in Cessna 172s. We don't need all the runway. So once we get our takeoff clearance, we're going to depart and take off this direction. Fair enough. Now, the tricky bit, when it comes to landing, right? When we're going to be landing, after we do our circuit and we're going to go to land the airplane, well, we're going to be landing on runway 06, which is here. Yeah, you see that, runway 06. And where we need to exit or vacate the runway, it's going to be down here. Following the little blue dashes all along the runway, we need to turn off here. This is Charlie. This is where we exit, which means we're going to taxi back Charlie. Yeah. We're going to turn right onto Delta 2, Delta 1, and then come back in to where we started off from. So that's roughly the route, or the route. It's a route, right? That's what we're going to do. Fantastic drawing skills. I came first in all my art classes. Well, I didn't do art, but if it did, you know what I mean? I did come first. So that's the stab of it, lads. That's what we're going to be doing in relation to the airfield itself. And then outside of that, of course, we're going to be flying this pattern, this traffic pattern or circuit as we fly around the airport. So we climb the runway heading 500 feet, turn left 90 degrees. Once we get to 1,000 feet, turn left 90 degrees. We're now on what's called the downwind leg. When we're on the downwind leg, we'll call up the ATC and say, hey, we're on the downwind leg. We want to land. We'll get our instruction. We turn left onto base leg. We descend 500 feet. And then once we get onto our final, we turn left again and we go for our landing. All right. You'll see it all happening anyway. So don't let it go over your head too much, right? Don't let it go over your head too much. So we have some readage to do. And get rid of this drawing setup here now. How do we? Okay, just don't press that, Murphy. Be grand. So on this document, it explains to you in detail what each stage is. Pilot, or the green, that's what we say. ATC or blue, well, that's what ATC will be saying. And the main things that change in all of this, lads, the main thing that changes is going to be your call sign possibly your aircraft type, the information of the airport. That's what's going to change. The other things will change. Again, you'll see the call sign. Yeah. You'll also see, well, the active runway for tonight isn't going to change. The Q&H, that'll probably change depending on, right? And you might get some weather information. They'll change every flight. Every single flight you do, that stuff is going to change. But tonight, they're not going to change much. The main thing that'll change will be your aircraft call sign and then your aircraft type, depending on what it is you want to fly. I highly recommend flying the Cessna 172 for this. You want to pick an aircraft that you have complete control over. And just be aware of other pilots as well. I mean, we had a bit of crack a couple of weeks ago with Antonovs flying all over the shop and faster aircraft. But bearing in mind, what we're trying to stay within the confines of the traffic pattern or the circuit. Yeah? So we'll try and work to that if we can. So it goes through all the stages, what we need to say, how we're going to say it, and when we're going to say it. And it gives a brief description of what we're doing during each of those stages. So we skip 7 and 8 because these relate only to touch and goes. That's where the aircraft will land, but not stop. Immediately take off again. So we're just skipping those two instances. All right. Then we're going to do a full stop landing. Sounds fairly straightforward. And for this, we're going to be exiting or vacating the runway at Charlie. We know now where that is because we checked it on our chart. And then we're going to get taxi back to parking. And that's it. We are so close to doing this entire lesson from start to finish. We're probably going to do that next week. And once we have it done next week, my plan, hopefully all going well, we're going to jump on VATSim onto the actual network, fingers crossed, if I can, pull a couple of strings, and we're going to start doing this ourselves. Right? That's the plan. I know a lot of you guys have been working with the VATSim school stuff, learning everything it is you need to learn, and you're progressing with that slowly but surely. If you haven't done anything with the VATSim stuff, well, I highly recommend you at least do the introduction, right? The getting to know the thing. You need to do a small bit of learning there. All right. So that's kind of the stab of it. Does it make sense? I'll give you a full read down of what we're going to do. You'll hear my voice. I have a fancy gadget here. Listen, where's this now? Is it over here? Hello. Yes, it's me. Can you hear me? Yes, we could hear you. Now, is that working, lads? We need to get like Murphy. Yeah, the button works. I sound normal now. But when I press this button, I sound different. Is that working? We need to know, because if it's not, we're goosed. Jesus, there's buttons. Grand, it's working well. Excellent. Right, grand. So I'm going to read through this briefly, just to give you an idea of how it's all put together, right? And don't worry if you make a mistake. For crying out loud, it's absolutely grand. This is just us. The whole point here is to take us from an introduction or an entry level and, me hand. Oh, did you hear it? We need to build a bit of confidence. That's the only way we're going to do this. You'll be provided with the information of what to do, but it's only through practice you'll actually get the confidence. Do you know what I mean? Hello there. There's all stuff happening. I'll get to the chat here now in a moment, lads. We'll read through this. Well, I'll read through this, but do follow along. This document, as I said, it's over on our Discord. And it's free. You can grab it there, and it's tremendous. You might find some spelling mistakes. There's a prize if you do. You get to rewrite it for me. Right. So anyway, let's see what happens, right? So, after we obtain our ATIS information, we're going to contact Shannon Ground. And this is what it's all going to sound like, right? So, this is me. I'm the green fella. Shannon Ground, Echo India, Tango Tango Mike. Echo India, Tango Tango Mike, Shannon Ground, pass your message. Ooh. Echo India, Tango Tango Mike is a Cessna 172 at GA parking with information Bravo. Request VA4 circuits and engine start. Echo India, Tango Tango Mike, you are approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk, VA4, active runway is 06, Q&H 1011, call for taxi. We repeat it. Approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk VA4, active runway is 06, Q&H 1011, Echo India, Tango Tango Mike. Now, our instruction here, the important bit here is call for taxi. And we don't mean taxi, it'll be taxi. So we start up the engine, right? Just sound effects, right? Anyway, once we start up our aircraft, we go through all our checklists, we make sure our temperature and pressures are doing what they should. It's time to talk to Shannon Ground and ask for our taxi. And this is how we do it. Echo India Tango Tango Mike at GA parking, ready to taxi. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short, runway 06. Taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short, runway 06, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. We're flying it here now, lads. Well, not really, but you get it. Stage 4, we're now going to taxi. We have our instruction, we've checked our charts, where we're going, how we're going to do it. In this case, we're going to taxi via the apron, then via Alpha, which is the taxiway, and we're going to hold short of runway 06. And a couple of tips on taxiing: make sure your beacon, nav and taxi lights are turned on. Check for other aircraft or people before moving off. Start an initial roll and then test the brakes. You do it in the real world, you do it in the sim as well. In case maybe your pedals fail, or maybe you got a button, something. Test your brakes. Keep an eye out for all other traffic and maintain a safe distance. Makes sense. You don't want to be sniffing the exhaust of the plane in front of you. People will think you're weird, right? And that's reserved for BMW drivers. Taxiing speed should be similar to that of a brisk walk or a jog. It's like a jog, but it's a jog, right? And don't forget your run-up checks before we get there as well. In the real world, you have to do a run-up check. You need to test and make sure all your engines and systems are working. We do the very same in the sim. Once we arrive at the hold short for runway 06, we contact ground to confirm. So this is what we do. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, contact tower on 118.7. Over to tower on 118.7. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. And that's where we stopped last week. That's where we stopped. Tonight is where the crack happens. Wait till you hear what happens here now, right? So we're now holding short runway 6. It's all about to happen, lads, do you know? And we tune our radios into 118.7. Now, we can't actually tune our radios in the sim tonight because, well, we're using Discord. On Discord, what we're going to do, we have ATC channels set up, right? Now, depending on how many people there is only I, Billy No Mates, just me, so we'll have to bear with me. But if there are more than, say, 5 or 6 people in one frequency, we'll jump onto another another the thing with the yoke, the server, that's the word. Jump onto another server and you can use the other voice channels. Have a look in here. You'll see behind my mallet head you have these channels down here. Look at the channels. So have a quick read. A is for Southeast Asia, B is for West USA, C is for East USA, right? Now, you'll have to bear with me. As I said, I'm the controller. If anyone feels like doing a bit of controlling tonight, by all means, jump on in and give us a dig out. But if not, don't worry. We've got this. We've got this. Hey, Flying Doctor's here. Good to see you. So that's what we mean by changing our frequencies. All right? So here we go now. This is how it's all going to sound. Shannon Tower, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy. That sounds very sad. Shh. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, hold position. After departure runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR QNH 1011. Now, that's a lot of information. Let's slow it all down a little. So, ATC has said, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, that's us, hold position. Hold! Don't even think about moving. Right, we'll hold. After departure from runway 6, we are cleared for a left-hand circuit not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR. What they're saying is, once we leave runway 06, we are cleared for a left-hand circuit. Notice that he hasn't said cleared for takeoff. That's why they've told us hold position. So there's no confusion, yeah? So, after we depart runway 06, we are cleared for left-hand circuits not above 1,500 feet VFR. Visual flight rules, we'll be looking outside the windows on what we're doing, and we're not to go above 1,500 feet. The rule of thumb, unless it's stated on the chart, and you have to check the charts, Circuit or pattern altitude is usually 1,000 feet above ground level. That's highly important. It's 1,000 feet, 1,000 feet above ground level. So say, for example, the altitude, or the, what's the word I'm looking for, not altitude? Yeah, the altitude. The altitude of the airport, yeah, it's 50 feet. So if we want to be 1,000 feet, 1,000 feet above the airport, what's our altimeter going to read? Elevation. Good man, Dougal. The airport elevation, if that's 50 feet and we need to fly at 1,000 feet above that, what altitude do we need to fly to make sure that we're at the circuit altitude of 1,000 feet above? What would our altimeter be reading based on ground level? You add the 50 to the 1,000. Or if it was 200 feet, it would be 200 plus your 1,000 or 1,200. Just be aware of that. So we have an altitude restriction. We are not to go above 1,500 feet. That gives us plenty of scope. We have a good 500 feet here to play with. And it doesn't have to be exact. This is all part of learning how to fly. You're allowed kind of drift a little bit. We don't need to worry about it. If we're 200 or 300 feet below, we're okay. Don't go above it. That's a restriction. We can't go above it. He's told us we're not allowed to go above 1,500 feet. All right. The Q and H, again, they're giving you the barometric or the altimeter setting, as in what's the temperature doing with the air pressure, 1011. So we need to use that for our altimeter. You know what I mean? It's like synchronizing your altimeter to the barometric pressure outside the aircraft. Okie dokie. The rate of climb for the circuit, unless it's otherwise stated, we're just going to fly based on a Cessna 172, runway departure, climb to 500 feet, and then turn left 90 degrees. Continue our climb up to 1,000 feet, and then turn left 90 degrees. You'll see me doing it, you'll get used to it. Don't worry too much, because some circuits will say you must be at this altitude before or after a certain waypoint. It might be for the aircraft type or the aircraft speed. That's put all of that into the back of behind the couch. Not important. Not yet. All right. So we need to reply. We need to read back this instruction. A, because, well, we need to make sure we have the right instruction, and B, the controller needs to make sure we have the right instruction. So we read it back. Hold position. After departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, correct. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06, cleared for takeoff, report downwind. What in Jesus? Here's a whole load of stuff now. We'll break it down. So, ATC are calling us by our call sign. They're telling us that we've just read back what we have read back. It is correct. You'll hear that later on when we do the IFR stuff. They're now giving us the weather, or the surface wind, or what's the wind doing on the runway. This is nice to know information, yeah? Surface wind, and it depends on the day, 050 at 6 knots. Okay. Runway 06, cleared for takeoff, report downwind. So, our call sign, that's us. He's telling us we're correct. Nice. Giving us information on the wind. Runway 06, cleared for takeoff. That's our clearance, Clarence. We're clear. It's time to go. Report downwind. Okay, report downwind. That means we're being told when we get to downwind, we report back. Makes sense. So we will say, cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind. Echo India, Tango, Tango, Mike. Now, you'll notice we did not read back the wind, the surface wind. You don't need to read that back. That is for your information only. You don't read back the surface wind. Some pilots might say, copy the wind. It's not important. You're just adding gibberish to the jibber jabber. All you need to say is, cleared for takeoff, runway 06, will report downwind. And then your call sign, Echo India, Tango, Tango, Mike. Are we so far so good, lads? Are we like kind of there or thereabouts, are we? Now, stage 6, we're going to fly the actual circuit. Now, for this lesson, I know it says it's different here in the book. Tis in the book, PJ. It is different in the book, but don't worry. For this lesson, we shall do one circuit. For silly. One ping only. One single circuit, right? That means once we take off, we will climb to 500 feet. We'll turn left 90 degrees and climb another 500 feet until we're at 1,000. As soon as we hit 1,000, we turn left 90 degrees. We're now flying the opposite direction to where we've taken off from. That is the downwind leg. And once we're on the downwind leg, we start calling up the tower. So we'll go all the way down here, look. Wait and hear this. We won't be reporting touch and go. Wait and hear this. We'll go all the way down here to number 9. Wait and hear this. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, downwind for runway 06, full stop. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Roger, report final, runway 06, number 1. Report final, runway 06, number 1, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. This is where there's a bit of head scratching. Number 1, you might hear some of this tonight. It depends how well I can keep track of the aircraft. They're letting you know of other aircraft in the vicinity. Or they might say, follow the Cessna on final. Follow the 737 on final. They'll give you some sort of a visual reference point that you can say, I can see more traffic. I'm number 1. So this guy out here, he's not relevant. Okay, I'm number 1. That's all they're saying, right? But for this, we won't let it get a little bit kind of, just bear with it. We've reported that we're downwind for runway 6 and we want a full stop landing. We don't say to land, we don't say landing, we say full stop. This spiel or this vocabulary, it'll change depending on the region. It might change depending on the controller. But like I said, if you follow this exactly, you're not going to get into trouble. The controller will understand fully what you're trying to do. That's half the battle. So what they're saying here is, our call sign, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Roger, report final, runway 06. Okay, they want us to report when we get to our final on runway 06. If we're unsure where final is, well, go back up to our little circuit map thingy-majiggy. So we're on the downwind, which is in here. Y'all see this? This is where we're reporting. We're saying, hey, we want to land, man. So, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, downwind, runway 06 to land. Tower comes back on. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Roger, report final, runway 06. Okay. So that means we continue flying. We will turn left onto the base leg, and then we'll turn left again onto final. But we must report when we are final. Make sense? Okay. I have to scroll back to where I was, lads. Right, here we are. We continue until we turn final, then we transmit the following. Echo India Tango Tango Mike on final for runway 06, full stop. Again, we're telling them we're making our intention clear. We're on final for runway 06 and we want to stop. We want to land. We want a full stop. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, runway 06, clear to land, wind 060 degrees, 7 knots. Cleared to land, runway 06, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Now, they gave us another bit of a spiel. They called us with our call sign, runway 06, cleared to land. That's our clearance, Clarence. We're allowed to land. If we don't get cleared to land, we ain't landing. We're not allowed. Again, they're giving you an advisory what the wind is doing. Now, notice he didn't say surface wind. He could easily have said surface wind 0607 knots. Or you might say surface wind 060 at 7. It doesn't matter. You can understand it. The wind is bearing 060 degrees at 7 knots speed. Okay. We respond, cleared to land, runway 06, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Again, we do not read back the wind information. We don't need to, lads, right? We're nearly there. Once we land, we need to exit the runway and make our way back to the apron. For this lesson, we're going to vacate or exit the runway at taxiway Charlie. Now, if we don't know where Charlie is, Charlie, we go up here and we look at the mad drawings that I did earlier on. I should have been some sort of a, oh wait, why won't they disappear now? Wait, rapid fire. Right, grand. Right. We're going to land on runway 06. According to the chart, Charlie is the second last exit we can take. And you'll see there's stuff here. Well, we'll see a weather sock, we'll see poppy lights, we'll see a whole lot of stuff. And we know it's definitely not the last exit, it's the second last exit. And we have to get ourselves familiar with this. You'll notice it's not a clear right-angle turn. No. We need to kind of turn back on ourselves. So it's a very hard right-hand turn. So be careful of your speed. We're going to vacate the runway at Charlie. And once we pass the whole short line or the clear of runway sign, that's when we report we are clear of the runway. Wait to hear what happens now. Right? Echo India Tango Tango Mike vacated onto Charlie. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Roger. Contact ground on 121.8 or 121.8. Over to 121.8, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. The tower is now giving us back to the ground controller. Finished with you. Go back to the ground. Very good. Now you might be asking, Murph, why don't we say point? Why do you have to say decimal? It's a friggin' tomato thing. In Europe, we say decimal. In America, we say point. I don't know. I've all these questions for the universe. They've never come back to me to explain them. But in this side of the pond, and in particular in Shannon, we say decimal. Right? Decimal Washington. Denzel, Jesus, imagine if it, wonder did they call him decimal? Anyway, over to 121.8. Now it's time to clean up the aircraft. Flaps are in. Yeah, you do. Turn off the landing lights or whatever because you just need your taxiway lights. The whole shebang. If you had speed brakes, they come in, so on and so forth. We then tune back to Shannon ground, 121.8, or in this case, on Discord, we jump back into the ground frequency and then we talk to them. You ready? Shannon ground, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, vacated onto Charlie, request taxi to GA parking. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Shannon ground, taxiway Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, and turn left onto the GA apron. Taxi to GA apron via Charlie, right on Delta 2. I said all this wrong. Hang on, how can I fix this? Shh. Let's just put a line through this. Can I? Oh, look at the sure, listen. I'm going to type this here so I can fix it. Taxi. Okay, so Echo India, Tango Tango Mike, Shannon ground. They're telling us who they are, right? Taxiway Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, and turn left onto GA apron because Murphy doesn't know his rights from his lefts at all. So that can, Jesus, that goes up there. Hang on, how do we fix this, Murphy? I'll fix it. No, I won't. Hang on, lads, I'll fix it. Look at this. Where's me Bob Ross music? Happy little line. Now, how do Jesus. How do I fix this? Oh, yeah. Right, okay. Shh. How do I select this other one? Here we go. Look at that. This is brilliant. Now, I need to do more. Editing things in real time with Murphy. What's the Bob Ross music? What's the do? Do you know the thing? Right, now we're going to type in here, look. Yes. Now, balls, where did the other one go? Oh, Jesus, there it is. Yeah, no, shh. No, right, there. Right, that's done. Why is it disappearing? The stupid thing. Right, just stay there for the minute. Stop acting the ginnet, will you? So, Echo India Tango... it's this one. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Shannon ground, taxiway Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, turn left onto the GA apron. We then respond. Taxiway Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, and turn left onto GA apron, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. I keep meaning to update that. Shh, we'll do it later. Anyway, Once we arrive at the general aviation parking, we proceed to shut down the aircraft, turn off the transponder, our lights, avionics, the whole shebang, and the engine. There's no further requirement to talk to ATC unless they have given us an instruction to do so. They might tell us, remain on frequency and report when parked or report at parking. They might tell you something like that. But if they don't, keep on the frequency. You need to listen to them. But once you get to your parking spot, you're finished, shut down the aircraft and sign off the network. All right? The white line is on a higher layer. How do you lower the layer? Listen, this is like the advanced portable document file. No, wait. PDF. Portable document file? Was I right? We have a telephone number for you to call. Unless it's on like one of the old windy up number telephones, wasted on me, lads. Wasted on me. But anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. And that's it. From start to finish, that is it. Any questions? Printable document file. Printable or portable? Any questions, lads? We'll go through all of this. Don't be worrying about it. But that's pretty much how it's going to work, right? Read the script, except for the little last bit. Don't follow that exactly. That'll get messy, all right? Portable document format. I knew Airlock would get it, sure. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right, Jesus. Are we all kind of keeping up with, you know, appearances and stuff, what we're doing, yeah? Putting it all together. That's what we're working on. And we're going to take to the skies. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm currently not on any network. I'm just on, you know, Billy No Mates, because I was looking at a couple of things earlier on. In particular, if you look at Volanta or if you go into like VATSim, they'll show you where ATC is currently up and running. Now, I don't know if you guys have gotten the chance to do this yet, right? But if you do get the chance to do this, well, I highly recommend trying it out. You can connect to VATSim as an observer, right? Which means you're not going to be flying, but you can connect and listen to controllers. That's where you're going to start picking up all the nuances, all the different talk and spiel and everything else. Now, there is no doubt when you hear it and when you start listening to it, you will start hearing the dreaded with you. What do you mean with you? You know what I mean? Are you against me? You're going to hear these things. It's like when you do your driving test. You're supposed to drive, you know, hand-eye coordination, you know, your hands at the 10 to 2 position, seat belt on, right? Feed the wheel, right? And then after 2 weeks later, you're sitting back there just like one arm giving the scan to the lads. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, for learning purposes, let's stick by the book. We won't add stuff in. We won't take stuff out. Stick to this script and we'll be okay. Anyway, you can start having a look at VATSim and where the various controllers are operating from. Now, our focus, of course, is here at Shannon. We have a number of people already here who are connected to Volanta. Now, the update time on Volanta, it's not exactly rocket fast. It's every couple of moments, but it's enough to kind of give us an idea of who's flying around here. And we will see the pattern. We will see the pattern. Hey, Wombat is here. Good to see you, Wombat. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. So, anyone who has Volanta, well, you can use it because it's free, right? And it's very, very handy. So what I'm going to do, lads, I'm going to go through an entire stage 1 to kind of 6. We're going to skip 7 and 8. Then I'm going to jump in 9 and 10. I'm going to do the whole thing start to finish. And while I'm doing this, you can fly along if you wish, no problem. But I want you to read down through that document so you know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. And then as soon as I land and stop, well, then it's your turn. I'll jump onto the frequencies and we'll try and get you guys up and running. Is that fair enough? Okay. So stage 1, what we need to do, we need to obtain the ATIS. Fair enough? So we're going to do that. So we're in a little Cessna. All is looking well. We're going to turn on the battery. I need the radios turned on to listen to the ATIS. So the ATIS frequency for Shannon Airport is 130.955, right? 130.955. So we'll wait for our avionics to warm up. And while we're here, we can put on the old beacon light as well. Let people know things are about to start happening, right? And again, I highly recommend you start any sort of ATC flying, do so in an aircraft you're very comfortable with. That you know all the controls, you know what it can and what it can't do. All right. So we're going to let this unit warm up. We're going to change our frequency. So what did we say it was? 130.955. 5955. And we change that over to the active. Did I turn it off? Assistance. Piloting. Nope. User experience. ATC voices. Hang on, they're turned on. Why aren't they working? General options. Audio. Sound. Headphone. No. VHF. No. Convert. No. They're all working. Okay, why don't we have 130955, isn't it? Hello? Volume? Come on. Well, this is new. Give it a second. I can hear Newton. Hey, Slick One. Is this on the Xbox? It can be on the Xbox as well. Okay, I wasn't getting them either. The server is down. It's not server based because I'm on default, or I'm on custom weather. Jesus, this is odd. Okay, let's technical difficulties, user experience, ATC voices off, on, apply, back, general options, sound, ATC text to speech, put it on Azure, yes, back, resume. 130955. Well, now that is strange. The Curse of Saint Barta. Did you activate COM 2 in the audio panel? No, it's COM 1. COM 1. Volume is on. Ooh. Well, now this is interesting. When in doubt, restart. On Xbox, it's very strange if you have live weather in the aircraft. Strange compared to random weather. Shouldn't really matter. We'll try it again, right? Okay, so let's have a look here. The weather. We're going to put in custom weather. 'Tis but a glitch. Delete a layer. We're going to have winds 060 at 5 knots. Something like that, right? That fair enough? And the Q and H we're going to say was 1011. They didn't update this yet, look. What's 1011? That's... Oh, Jesus. Hang on, we need to do the converter. Q and H, so this is going to be inches mercury to Q and H, isn't it? Here we go. So we're going to say consent. We're going to say 1011 convert is going to be 2985. 2985. Close enough. Right, let's see if this works, right? 16 Packy is here. Good to see you, man. Jesus. 8 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome in, welcome in. Right, let's see if this works. It could be just a glitch with the sim. You wouldn't know your luck. Right, we'll try it again. Let's try it again. If it doesn't work, we'll skip this because it's only an information letter. We'll just go with Bravo if we're stuck, right? But it should work. I'm surprised it's not working. Maybe it's an issue with Sim Update 12. Not like Sim Update 12 broke anything. Do you know what I mean? Now, where's this gone? Now, let's see. It's warming up. It's doing its thing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. 130.955 is what we're going for. So, we're going to tune it. 130.955. Very strange, lads. Oh, look, there's something wrong here, look. See the way I can't actually tune ATIS. Yeah. See that? ATIS is not working. That's new, isn't it? Tune EINN traffic. It's like they've updated it to like something weird, look. Isn't that mad? Okay, Microsoft have broken it, but it's grand, right? We'll fear not. So, you need to be on live weather for ATIS. No, absolutely not. Shouldn't, unless they've changed it. Live weather. 130. Maybe this has changed. Oh, look there, lads. No. They've broken it. 122.9. Okay, yeah, there's something not right with the Zim, because that's not even the right frequency for Shannon. It's fine here, Murph, for San Francisco. David Bay has it and Toto has it. That's interesting. Okay, another thing to do with Microsoft updating the stuff. Okay, that's fair enough. We won't worry about it, right? For this, we're going to go with... we're just going to go with... whatchamacallit? Information Bravo. And we'll get the winds pointing in the right direction. So, no, that's gusts. We're just going to say winds 060... at 5 knots. Alright? Is that fair enough? Let us go with that and we shan't worry too much. Okay, so... Jesus, we're getting there, lads. We'll get there together, right? Okay, so what we're going to do, we have completed our pre-flight checks. We're going to turn on the battery and we're after getting the ATIS information. It's going to be Information Bravo. Information Bravo, right? Are you offline in data for some reason? Ooh... No, well, I've multiplayer turned off, but everything else is on. Let's do a last quick check here. Data. No, we're laughing. It's only multiplayer stuff.
Hello there.
Hello there. It's a new glitch I found, lads. It's totally fine. Specky Monkey Boy, good to see you. That's a great name. Okay, so we're going to contact ATC. For this, we're going to tune to Shannon Ground on 121.8, and we're going to transmit the following. Okay, so our radios will be on. Oh, there you divil. So at this stage, we're just going to talk to Shannon Ground. Are we ready? Shannon Ground, Echo India, Tango Tango Mike.
Shannon Ground. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Shannon Ground. Pass your message.
Okay. Echo India Tango Tango Mike is a Cessna 172 over at GA parking with Information Bravo. Request VA4 circuits and engine start.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, you are approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk VA4. Active runway is 06. QNH 1011. Call for taxi.
Approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk VA4. Active runway is 06. QNH 1011. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. All right. So we have permission to start up our engines and we know that we're going to fly our VA4 circuits. So we're going to start up the aircraft. Now, usually you wouldn't have avionics turned on for this, but I don't really mind for this one. So we're going to turn on the engine. We're going to say clear prop and we'll go for start. All right. So bring that up to about 1000 RPM, which is perfect. Nav lights are on here as well. Okay. So we're going to check our temperatures and pressures, make sure everything's working okay, make sure that our barometric pressure is set and it's correct for the airfield, and our lights, everything is doing what it needs to do. All right. This is the default Cessna. It's part of the Premium Deluxe, I think. All right. Okay. So it's time to talk to the tower, right? So we start up our engine, we check our temperatures and pressures. When we're ready to taxi, we call them up. Echo India Tango Tango Mike at GA parking, ready to taxi.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, taxi via the apron, Alpha, and hold short, runway 06.
Taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short, runway 06. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Right, lads, it's time to taxi. So what we're going to do, we're going to put on our taxi lights, yeah? We're now going to maneuver forward, park and brake off, get an initial roll, test the brakes, does the brakes work? And we're going to move along without running over poor owl Janie, your one man thingy person. Yeah, it's person. All right. So we're now taxiing. At this stage, we don't need to go on with our transponder, not yet. We don't need to do anything with our avionics that I can see. Our taxi light is on, our beacon light is on. So far, so good. So now we're just taxiing. And remember, your taxi speed slightly faster than walking, all right? Hey, Flipper Allies here, good to see you. Now, all the while, you're looking and checking out for other aircraft in the vicinity, all right? And you have your radios tuned in as well. You're listening for any possible instructions that you may or may not be getting, all right? So we taxi along here, yes, yes, yes. So remember, my instruction was taxi via the apron, then Alpha, and hold short runway 06. That is what we are to do, all right? So if you guys are following along, if you're in the sim doing the same thing, great. If not, if you're just listening and you're reading down through that script as well, it's all practice. Practice makes permanent. That was our last lesson. Fancy words, Murph. Jesus, yeah. So far, so good. Usually, like, there should be traffic here. My sim isn't doing what it should be. There could be an issue, lads. It's usually, like, FS traffic is up and running. Anyway, it's not important. So we can see the taxiway over here. We can see Alpha is there. See the big A, Alpha. That's where we're to head to. Now, as we're doing this, we also need to do our run-up. That's before we get flying. So we'll do a quick run-up once we get onto Alpha. Then we continue on, and we're going to hold short of runway 06. Are we following along so far, lads, yeah? Yes, Murph. Brilliant. Now, ideally, when you want to do a run-up, remember, ideally, you want to get the nose of the aircraft facing into the wind. Ideally. If you can't, it's not a big to-do. Okay, so we're just going to put our nose into the wind. Roughly there will do. Okay, so our run-up, right? All we need to do here, park and brake goes on, mixture rich, increase our RPM up to about 1750 or 1800 RPM. 15, 16, 17, 50, that'll do for the Cessna. And what we're going to do, hello Kat, what we're going to do, we're just going to do a mag test. So what we're expecting here, when we turn off one of the mags, we want to see a drop of about 100 RPM. So we're going to go to right. There's the drop. Back to both. Stabilizes. Test the left. There's the drop. Back to both. We're looking good. Fuel pump. Power to idle. Make sure it doesn't cut out. Fuel pump off. And that's our run-up complete. Alright. Each aircraft will have a similar run-up, but it goes through it on the checklist in more detail. Alright. So we continue to taxi. So at this stage, we're getting ourselves ready to, well, what's going to happen next, yeah? We're going to talk to ground once we're holding short of runway 06. And we know once we get here, well, what's our intention? We want to go flying. We want to do a circuit. And we want to, you know, we want to fly, right? So again, be careful of your taxiing speed. And this is super important. If there are other aircraft with you, you need to give them space. It's all about etiquette. Behaving yourself. Don't be rushing up on people. Don't be pressurizing them. They know what they're doing. At the same time, don't be an idiot and hold up the whole show. You know what I mean? So, about to approach 06. That'll do us. We're going to hold short. Park and brake comes on, and it's time to talk to ATC. Are we ready?
Echo India.
Wrong button. Ah! Echo India Tango Tango Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, contact tower on 118.7.
Over to tower on 118.7, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Now we tune into Shannon Tower, 118. Get used to playing with the radios as well. What was it? 118.7. 118.7. Which is there. Transfer it. Always wait a few moments before you start talking, because there could be other people chatting. Always wait. If in doubt, wait. There's no one talking, we'll talk. Alright? Shannon Tower, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, hold position. After departure, runway 06, you are cleared for a left-hand circuit, not above altitude 1,500 feet, via 4, QNH 1011.
Hold position. After departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above 1,500 feet, via 4, QNH 1011, Echo India Tango Tango Mike.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, correct. Surface wind 050 6 knots, runway 06. Cleared for takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. It's time to go. Parking brake coming off. Landing lights and strobes come on. Yeah, transponder at this stage needs to be turned on. Altitude reporting mode, we are via 4. Drive it on there now, Betsy. I'm going to put my heading indicator to that of the runway, if that's helpful for me, so I can keep better track of what we're doing. We're going to be checking the runway just to make sure it's absolutely clear. Final is clear and our departure is clear. 1 knot to flap for takeoff. And it's time to go. So verify everything is correct. We're squawking, our lights are on and our flaps are set. Let's go fly. Now if you want to be really helpful or handy, if you have an autopilot, you can put in that 1,500 feet or say 1,300 feet restriction, because you'll hear the ping when you're getting close to it, yeah? Right. Make sure mixture's rich. Time to boogie. There's 60 knots. Yep, see Daisy. And we are airborne. We're going to fly the runway heading, and we're going to climb to about 500 feet, and then we make our first turn left, and it's going to be a 90-degree turn to the left. All right. Once we pass about 300 feet, your flaps come up. Flaps coming in. Continue to fly the runway heading. Now, if there's ever an issue, if it's very windy, you have to aim off, so just be wary of that. So there's 500 feet. We're going to start our first turn to the left. So first turn to the left coming in, and again, we maintain this climb. We want to get up to about 1,000 feet. And we're turning left 90 degrees. This is known as the crosswind leg. Ourselves straightened out. Roughly there. We continue our climb up to 1,000 feet. Bring our power back a little bit. Have a glance over our left shoulder just to make sure we're going the right way, which we are. There's the runway right behind us. Good stuff. Continue our climb up to 1,000 feet, and then we turn left again 90 degrees. And this is going to be our downwind leg. So there's 1,000 feet. Left turn. Now remember, we're not allowed past 1,500 feet. So this is where a bit of piloting skills comes in. And you need to practice this. It takes a little bit of time to get used to everything. But don't worry. Once you keep it at in and around 1,000 feet, you're okay. There is no issue at all. If the aircraft is getting ahead of you, slow down. Alright? So there's a left turn 90 degrees. Get ourselves straightened up. Get yourself trimmed so you're no longer climbing or descending. Bring the power back so, you know, you're not losing touch of what's happening. And now we can visually verify that we should be now flying parallel to that active runway. Look out the left. There's the runway we departed. Nice. It's time to talk to the tower. Echo India Tango Tango Mike, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, roger, report final, runway 06. Number 1.
Report final for runway 06, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Okay. So we continue on the downwind leg. There is no other traffic. It's just us. That's why you said number 1. We're having a look around. Once that runway, or the start of runway 06, is at a 45-degree angle over our left shoulder, that's when we're going to start to turn. Alright? We want to make sure that our heading is correct. Maintain your heading. Your speed, if you're moving too fast, bring it back a little bit. Don't go too slow because you'll end up stalling, yeah? It depends on the aircraft. Yeah, I like the program. Good to see you, man. It depends on the, like some circuits might actually stipulate a maximum speed. You know, circuit speeds. Depends on the aircraft, depends on the weight of the aircraft. It depends on what the weather is doing, right? So ideally your speed, keep it somewhere between kind of 80 to 90 knots. I'm at 90 knots. It's very comfortable. The airplane isn't doing nothing I don't want it to do. You know, I'm not racing. I'm not under pressure to find out where anything is. This is a comfortable speed for me. I can slow it down a little bit if I need to. I'm comfortable with kind of 90 knots. So far, so good. So once that runway, the start of 06, is roughly at a 45-degree angle over our left shoulder, that's when we turn left base. And as we turn left base, we start our descent. We want to head back down to about 500 feet. All right? Now, again, if you're familiar or you start getting familiar with the charts and with the airports, you're going to find some visual reference points along the way. There's going to be landmarks that you can say, hey, once I get over these little islands, I'm pretty much at a 45-degree angle. That's when I'll start my turn. So use the scenery. Use what's around you. It's really, really helpful, and you use that in the real world. A lot of the time, they'll use things like churches or, you know, chimneys or even towns, right? Or a bog. They'll use all of these things. So there is 45-degree angle. I'm over the islands. Left-hand turn, 90 degrees. Start bringing the power back because I want to start descending. Here we go. And again, you want to be careful of the bank angle. You don't need to do like, you know, aileron roll into position. Take your time. Nice, gentle, controllable flying. All right? So we're now on our base leg. Our instruction is to report on final. So we're flying VFR, visual flight rules. So we're going to wait until our final turn onto that runway. There are no churches in the sim. Yeah, there is. Not necessarily on OSM data, but there are churches in the sim. 100%. I just realised pushing back that it's backing up in a car and then turn on the lights and I'm ready to go. Held understand ground controls a lot more. Hey, Castell Gaming, nice. So far, so good. We can start our turn. Yeah, I know, Skep. We went a little bit far out there, but it's grand. Jesus, tough crowd on a Monday. Yes, Moni showered and Moni Michaels. Just as well I'm not the student, huh? Christ. Yeah, I made the balls of that, but sure, listen, it's grand. I'll do the stupid things, so if, and I say if they ever happen to you, well, you mightn't feel so bad about it, you know? Or you might be able to say, yeah, Murphy, you hadn't a clue what you were doing. I'm so much better than you are. And then, oh, Jesus, I made the balls of that as well, look. See, you're into putting me off! Shh, shh, shh. This is a tactical approach. Right, now we need to talk to the tower again, because he's probably saying, what the feck are you doing? Echo India Tango Tango Mike on final runway 06 full stop.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike, Yeah, big Egypt. Runway 06, cleared to land. Wind 060, 7 knots.
Cleared to land, runway 06. Deco India, Tango Mike. Jesus. I better stop reading the chat. It's a bad habit of mine. Telling you. All is well in the realm. Ailerons into wind is here. We thought you were going on a jolly. Listen, we're not too far from Limerick, lads. It was evasive manoeuvres. Do you know what I mean? Later that day, Murphy screamed himself to sleep. They don't love me anymore. They think I'm stupid. Speaking of which, flaps, please. Hey, Two Dogs is here. Good to see you. It's a rectangle, no curves. There was a spy balloon you had to dodge. Matty Lowson knows the story. He saw it as well. Myself and Matty were dodging the spy balloon, right? That's our story and we're sticking to it. Now, you might realise we have to go several hundred yards down the runway before our exit, so this is going to be what we like to call long landing. Red room, long landing. So it's a long landing here, right? And I want you guys to do the same. Make it a long landing. Long landing, yeah? Come on, Muse fan. To be fair, he says, evasive manoeuvres around Limerick. Yeah, it's perfectly justified. Telling you now. A floater, got it. Yeah. Don't tell the F-22s or else we'll have some more dodging to do. Yeah. That was the roundest rectangle I've ever seen. Ah, sure, Dazza, it's good to see you. Right, gentle landing here now, Murphy. Gentle landing. Easy now, Betsy. Nice and easy. Yes. I went way too far, but it's grand, right? Ah, sure, listen. That's the sort of butter now you'd almost want to drink, right? Who are you calling easy? Wait, what? It's a long field landing. Yeah, we're understandable, but we're a very forgiving bunch, us lot, aren't we? Yes. Very forgiving and, you know. Jesus. Bitches can't wait to see me on VATSim for real. Like, as you know, proper. I don't know what's wrong, Tower. I think we're upside down. How can you tell? The shine's coming out me collar. Brilliant. Now, where are we? Are we at Charlie? Please say to God we are. Oh, but of course me gadget isn't working. Of course it's not working. I will say this though, right? I will say this. I'll show you the circuit I did. It wasn't that terrible, right? Wasn't that terrible. Could you run us through that again, please? Yeah, 100%. Here's our exit or our vacating point. Yes. Let's do a right-hand pattern now. Brilliant. Now remember, sports fans, we're not clear of the runway till we pass these mad-looking lines. You have the whole short, yes, but you got to clear those little lines as well. See them, fellas? You got to clear them. Just looking at it on Volantimorph. Muse, I'm telling you now, it's beautiful. Right, here we go. Right, we're clear there now, right? So, bring us to a stop. Get the plane tidied up. Right, okay, time to talk. Echo India Tango Mike, vacated onto Charlie.
Echo India Tango Mike, Roger, contact ground on 121.8.
Contact ground on 121.8, Echo India Tango Mike. Now we talk to the ground again. Shannon ground, Echo India Tango Mike, vacated onto Charlie, request taxi to GA parking.
Echo India Tango Mike, Shannon ground, taxi, Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, turn left onto GA parking.
Taxiway Charlie, Delta 2, Delta 1, turn left onto GA parking for Echo India Tango Mike. Alright. So, landing lights come off, strobes come off, Flaps are already up. Leaner mixture for taxi. And we now follow that instruction back to parking. Volante doesn't lie. I'm going to show you how freaking good this was. You're going to be so proud of me, right? ATC is very easy when you are both the pilot and controller. Yes, Keen, it is. But it's also very difficult. Bearing in mind I have to do this now and you lot need to fly. Who are the ones giving out to me? Wait till you hear the taxi instructions you're going to get. Taxi via Alpha and the N7 up to friggin' Trebolgan. And when you get there, you need to look at a crow. For there's a crow on the wall. And you have to look straight into his eyes. If he looks straight back at you, you can proceed. If he doesn't, you can't go any further. For you will have no luck this day. Right? It's all ahead of us now. Maddie, no, you're on my side. It's alright, Maddie. Maddie and Muse fan. You lads are grand. Everyone else. Yes. I'm only... well, I'm not really. I know I am. Don't worry. I am. All is well. I'll taxi like a boss. Got an Uber. Wouldn't that be handy? Now, there's other things as well. At some of the more busier airports, it's funny that you mentioned an Uber. At some of the busier airports, depending on the... you see it in some of the same. Is if you have like GSX, they have these ground follow me vehicles. Follow me. So they'll actually give you the instruction, follow the... whatever. They'll tell you. Doesn't really happen in the sim. But if you're flying offline, you can actually call up, get the follow me truck to do the thing, and you're elected. You know what I mean? Full speed taxi. No, it's not full speed. This is... listen, that's my walking speed. Granted, when I'm on the way to the pub. That's me walking speed. Progressive taxi is the thing as well. Dendarian, yes, 100%. So I'm taxiing back. And all is well. I don't need to talk to ATC anymore, but I stay on the frequency because, you know, they might say, hey, hold position, stop, caution. Or, you know, here's a number for you to call. Just call him Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. Oh, wait, taxi driver. Ah, Gimmo, very good. See, I'm learning, lads. If that was last week, that would have went straight over me head. Ah, this is brilliant. I finally got a joke. Jokes? I get jokes. Yes, yes, yes. We've turned left and now we're at the general aviation back in. Right? Brilliant. The classic, you've missed Echo there. Taxi via. Yeah. It took you a minute. It did. It really did. I'm thinking, Robert De Niro. What? Oh, wait. Why did Gibbo say Robert De Niro? What were we talking about? They mentioned taxi. Yes, yes. Oh, wait. Didn't he drive a taxi? Ah, it made sense now. Tower request a follow me for a 172. Yeah. Right. Brakes on. Taxi lights off. Avionics. Turn it all off. Transponder, the whole shebang. And kill the engine. Lights off. Mags off. Fuel shut off valve out. Right? And batteries off. Run away from the plane in sheer disgust and shock. Now, remember I was telling you my flight was only brilliant? Wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. Review your flight. Yeah, we want to review it. Wait till you see this, lads. Look. Look at this now, right? Look. Yeah, that looks good. Hello there. Can I disappear that? How can I show you this the way I need to show you? I know, don't that little bit there is broken. Look. Now look. See, it was a perfect friggin' circuit, look. Don't mind the bit in the end where it all went, you know, pear-shaped. Yeah. So we took off, we turned left and left again. Yeah. And we went on the downwind leg. I went miles too far. Right, I should have picked the islands a lot closer. Right? Which island were you going for? The wrong one. Right, don't go as far as the islands, you won't need it. Once you're at a 45-degree angle, let's just stick with that for the moment. Right? A perfect circuit. I mean circuit. What are you talking about? It was brilliant. Now, granted, it got absolutely friggin' nuts when we got down here, look. But that's only because it's me, right? Listen, it's totally fine. I'm okay with that, right? There's the challenge. Hang on, we have a friend request. Honda Jet. Get in there, you devil you. If you can do better than that, well then you're immensely better, right? So there's your challenge, lads. What airport is that? Oh, it's top secret. Make the circuit a wee bit tighter too. Yeah, you could. But for this, don't worry about it. This is all like, look, when you're doing this for real on VATSim, yes, of course, do better. But the point I'm trying to make is, we're learning. You got to start somewhere. Mistakes are absolutely fine. One thing I will say, we didn't go through our altitude restriction. We didn't land on the wrong runway, right? It was there or thereabouts. It could be a lot tighter. I'm after going way too far downwind. However, I did this for a reason. Yeah, this is done for a reason. The tower may request you to what's called extend your downwind leg. Does anyone know why that should happen? Why might?
Hello there.
Hello there. Why might? What do we call it? Oh, Jesus, I pressed a button I shouldn't. There we go. Why might you want to do it? Traffic ahead, yeah? Yeah, ailerons, don't mind that. That's being technical. Traffic spacing, yes. If the circuit is busy, if there's lots of other aircraft, yeah? Or perhaps there's another plane already on final, and if you turn, you're too close, yeah? So they might say, extend your downwind leg. Okay. Simples. You extend it. So if you were asked to extend it, well, yeah, it could look like something like that. And then, you know, birds, you might have to take evasive maneuvers, right? But anyway, right, we get the idea. Hey, look.
All stations, information, Bravo.
Shannon Ground, Golf Yankee.
Jesus. Hang on. Buttons, Murph.
Golf Yankee, Shannon Ground, pass your message.
Golf Yankee, Cessna 172 GA parking. Information Bravo, request VFR circuits and engine start.
Golf Yankee, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06. QNH 1011. Call for taxi.
Approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk 700, Squawk VFR. Active runway 06. QNH 1011. Golf Yankee.
Spot on. Spot on. Golf Yankee. Is it Golf Yankee or Golf Yankee? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, that went well. I didn't even have my little book, lads. Rookie ATC, right? Jesus, who's in charge here? Right, we'll see what's happening now. Now, let's see. So we've got a couple of people in. A couple of people on with Echo. Or a couple of people on with Epic, rather. And yeah, let's see what happens. Then Darian says, first time I've listened to UK VFR. Quite different. Yeah, well, it's Irish UK.
Shannon Ground, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Golf Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee, Shannon Ground, pass message.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, type Cessna 172, GA parking, information Bravo, request VFR circuits and engine start.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR, active runway is 06. QNH 1011, call for taxi.
Approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR, active runway is 06. QNH 1011, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Brilliant. Epic. I didn't mean to say echo. I'm an idiot. Sure, we all know that by now. Do you know what I mean?
Shannon Ground, Echo Tango Bravo Bravo.
Echo Tango Bravo Bravo, Shannon Ground, pass message.
Echo Tango Bravo Bravo is a Cessna 172 at GA parking. Information Bravo. Request VFR circuits and engine start.
Echo Tango Bravo Bravo, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06, QNH 1011. Call for taxi.
Approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06, QNH 1011. Echo Tango Bravo Bravo.
Brilliant. Grog
Shannon
Chambers here.
Ground, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
That's a real fancy name, call sign, isn't it?
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, Shannon Ground, pass your message.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 is a Cessna 172 at GA parking with information Bravo, requesting VFR circuits and engine start.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06, QNH 1011. Call for taxi.
Approved for circuits, runway 06, QNH 1011 will call for taxi.
Good enough, good enough.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Man Muse, you divil. This is brilliant. We're getting new people talking to us tonight,
Golf
lads.
Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, GA parking, ready to taxi.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee. Taxi via the apron and Alpha. Hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron, Alpha, and hold short of runway 06, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
It's happening now, lads. I'm after dropping me book. I know. I'm after losing me page. Oh, I found it again. Shh, shh, shh. Calm it down, will yous? Jesus. Right, where are we at now? Sippage from Aviator Geek.
Echo Tango Bravo Bravo. GA parking. Ready to taxi.
Echo Tango Bravo Bravo. Taxi via the apron and Alpha. Hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron and Alpha at hold short runway 06. Echo Tango Bravo Bravo.
Hey, it's working. Things are happening. Requesting pizza and beer. The wolf is heading away there now. You know, up the road. Go on, the wolf. Right, how are we getting on now? Now, let's see. So, Epic Fool is looking after Shannon Ground on the Bravo frequency, all right? Which means that's on the West USA server.
Golf Yankee, GA parking, ready to taxi.
Golf Yankee. Taxi via the apron and Alpha. Hold short runway 06.
Golf Yankee, taxi via the apron, A, hold short, runway 06, Golf Yankee.
You've noticed people are getting a lot better and quicker, aren't they? My little nav map isn't showing other planes. It'll make radar hard. Oh, you better believe it. This is going to be hilarious. But it'll be grand. It'll be grand. We won't panic. I'll panic. I'll do all the panicking. Yeah, you know, it'll be grand, right? Hey, Canoe Head sneaks in late for class. I'll show myself to the corner. Did you bring an apple or something nice? It's good to see you, Canoe Head. Welcome in. Right, so far so good, right? We can see some people starting to move and taxi, yeah? This is pretty good, right? We can see kind of roughly sort of what's happening. Am I zoomed in there a little bit? Or zoomed out a little bit? Hang on. Cap at 9's in the chopper. Get to the chopper. Now, what's going to have to happen here, lads, I actually need to be over here. Right? This is important. Because I need to kind of keep an eye on what's actually happening over this side of the house. Don't I? I do. Get my drone camera set up here. Who's that now? You see, this is going to make life very kind of interesting. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you've people flying who haven't, you know... Actually, look, there's your mama, look. If you're on the stream, if you're watching this stream and you're flying here on, you know, the Southeast Asian server, would you mind terribly if you jumped a server just so we know where we're at, right? Frankie says, are these VATSim type streams scheduled regularly? Didn't know you do them. They're part of our Monday night series. We're going to be doing these for quite a while yet. Turn time to dawn. It's easier to see aircraft. Oh, good call, Skep. Yeah, we'll see how we go for a little bit. I can probably change the time of day anyway, though. That is a good call. See, Skep has the inside knowledge track here. Do you know what I mean?
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 request taxi.
I have to press buttons now.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Taxi via the apron and Alpha. Hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron and Alpha and hold short runway 06. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Awesome. Skep, great advice. Yes, it is way easier to see what's happening. Nice. Okay. It's how I fly VFR patterns on VATSim. Oh, right. Hey, nice. Good advice. Good advice. So remember, lads, if you're watching this stream, right, terrible stutters again every few seconds, not usable. David Bay, maybe, are you using FSU IPC? Maybe give that a turn off just to see what happens. If there's anyone watching this stream, if you're on the Southeast Asian server flying around but not taking part in this course, would you mind terribly changing your server? Because you're going to make this extremely difficult for me to track. I'm going to start shouting at the wind. What are you doing? Get back! Get forward! Get up the yard!
Hello there.
Hello there. Do you know what I mean? Commander Jacob is in the house. Welcome in, man. Pilots need their nav lights on, though. Yeah, 100%. All right, we're doing good so far. We got a good few people in. By all means, guys, give this a blast. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Read the script. Read what's on that document. Put in your own call sign. Take your time and give it a go. It's a lot of fun, right? And this is only the baby steps. This is just to prepare us with enough information to be able to do this ourselves on VATSim. That's pretty cool. Like when you first connect to the network, you're going to actually do the thing, right? It's a lot of fun. Do you have labels from VATSim on planes or in Microsoft? It's all through Microsoft, Dendarian. If we were on VATSim, you know, VATSim would see your transponder. You know what I mean? But alas, Microsoft don't use the transponder. Even though they can show where the planes are.
Shannon ground, Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
Ooh.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Shannon ground, pass your message.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango, MD500, General Aviation stand with info Bravo, requesting startup for circuits.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango. You are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06. UNH 1011. Call for taxi.
This could be difficult because that's Kappa in the chopper.
Squawk VFR and QNH 1011 will call for taxi.
So if you're flying in a chopper, it's going to be a little bit different. But don't worry about that for now. The hardest thing for Kappa is going to be following the taxi. That's going to be immensely difficult. So for Catbat, because he's in a chopper, I might give him something very, very different.
Golf Yankee holding short runway 06 at Alpha.
Golf Yankee. Contact Shannon Tower on 118.7. Bye-bye.
Over to tower on 118.7. Golf Yankee.
Now, we're going to leave him sit for the moment until we get another one or two people talking in, yeah? Or we can actually, do you know what we'll do? We can actually jump straight over there. That'll make life easier. So we'll blast onto... what we'll do? How do... I'm after dropping everything! Sweet lamb of Jesus! It's all broken. Right, I'm after fixing it. Did I? Yeah, I fixed it. Right. You stay there and don't move. I wonder. Depends on the aircraft types of the circuits. I've done circuits. Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to think what's the easiest way to do this. Yeah, we should, Scott, but we're tight on numbers. Murph, do combined ops so you stay on the channel. You tell pilots to change frequency, but they stay with you. That probably makes a lot more sense. But the idea was I wanted them to jump onto different frequency. You know what I mean? Okay. David Bay is going to do a restart. Okay, cool. Let's see here now. Epic has 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shannon ground, Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo.
Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo. Let's see what happens here, lads.
Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo, Shannon Ground, pass your message.
Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo, Cessna 172, General Aviation Parking, Information, Bravo, request VFR circuits and engine start.
Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR, active runway is 06, QNH 1011, call for taxi.
Approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR, active runway 6, QNH 1011, Zulu, Sierra, India, Charlie, Echo.
Cool. We could combine...
And Shannon ground, Charlie, Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango, ready for taxi.
This is going to be interesting.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, taxi via the apron, and Alpha, hold short runway 06.
Apron and Alpha to runway, to hold short runway 06, Charlie, Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
Hey, Empire Kicking is here. Welcome in, Raiders.
Ground, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, Shannon Ground, pass message.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, Cessna 172, Geo Parking, Information Bravo, request VFR circuits and engine start.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, you are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR, active runway 06, QNH 1011, call for taxi.
Approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk 7000, active runway is 06, QNH is 1011, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Nice, nice. Hey, Filbert Flies is here. Good to see you. Epic, here's an idea for you. Will you jump onto the ground frequency on Alpha? And everyone who's on the other servers,
Shannon
jump onto
Tower, Golf
Southeast
Yankee
Asia.
holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Golf Yankee, stand by.
So if Epic jumps onto Shannon Ground on Alpha, and everyone who is on the US server, just jump into the Southeast Asia. We'll try and do it this way. This is the limitations we have by having no radar, but we might make it work. So if I get Epic to jump onto ground, I'll jump onto tower. How's that? Okay, cool. Need to depart 3. Okay, sweet. Right, lads, just so you're following along, if you're currently on the ground frequencies on the Southeast Asian server, stay there. All is well. I'm going to hop onto tower. Epic is going to take control of the ground. And we'll
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, general aviation parking, ready for taxi.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron, Alpha, and hold short of runway 6, Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, GA parking ready to taxi.
And Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron Alpha and hold short runway 06, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Cool.
Shannon Ground, November 235 Romeo Mike. Hello, hello.
November 235 Romeo Mike, Shannon Ground. Pass your message.
November 235 Romeo Mike is a Cessna 172 with GA parking with information Bravo, requesting VA4 circuits and engine start.
November 235 Romeo Mike, you are approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk VA4, active runway 06, QNH 1011, call for taxi.
Approved for VA4 circuits and engine start. Squawk 7000, active runway 06, QNH 1011, November 235 Romeo Mike. That's fantastic.
Such a damn hot call sign right there. It's so hot right now. My departures will be on right-hand patterns. Wait, what? No, it's grand. Throw them all in together. Have you departed anyone yet, Epic?
Shannon Tower, Golf Yankee, still holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
We know. One left. Okay, one left for Epic.
Golf Yankee, Roger. Stay with Shannon Ground for the moment. We'll be back to you in 2 minutes.
There's one left to go on Epics. It's all coming together now. Jesus, the price of aviation fuel, and we're parking everyone up, look. This is hilarious. We'll be grand now in a second, lads. The call sign thief. He owned you. He did, didn't he? Epic has one more departure to do, and then I'll jump them on, and then we'll see what happens, right? So we're all going to jump onto the Southeast Asian server. I'm going to look after Tower. So anyone who has been cleared to talk to Tower, well, then you jump into the Tower frequency. I will be there in a moment, right? And then we'll start. And then the crack will get real, lads. It'll get absolutely real. Want to be the hoop? Wait for it. Wait for it.
November 235 Romeo Mike, GA parking, ready to taxi.
November 235 Romeo Mike, taxi via the apron and Alpha, hold short runway 06.
Taxi via the apron Alpha and hold short runway 06, November 235 Romeo Mike.
All you're missing is the S.
Shannon Ground, Shannon Ground.
Roger, Epic, I'm going to jump over to Tower. Thanks so much. All stations, Shannon Tower now active. All stations, Shannon Tower is now active.
Right, let's see what happens here, lads. Yes. there's no...
Shannon Tower, November Kilo Romeo 54 with you in a right-hand pattern.
With you?
November Kilo 54, Shannon Tower, report on downwind.
November Kilo Romeo 54, report on downwind.
Shannon Tower, Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot on extended right downwind.
Last aircraft calling, please repeat call sign.
Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot, roger. Please state your intention.
Intention is to turn right base anytime and come in for a full stop landing. Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot, roger. Report on final for runway 06.
Report final for runway 06, Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, we're getting there slowly but surely.
Shannon Tower, Golf Yankee, holding short, runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Golf Yankee, hold position. After departure, runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuit, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Golf Yankee.
Golf Yankee, correct. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06, cleared for takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Golf Yankee.
Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot on final.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot. Runway 06, clear to land, surface wind 050 at 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Delta Echo, Golf Romeo Foxtrot, on extended right downwind, runway 06, full stop.
Echo Romeo Foxtrot, roger. Report when on final, runway 06.
Report final, runway 06, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Shannon Tower, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo, Sierra Echo 168 at the hold, ready to copy.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, hold position.
Holding position, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
And Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, hold position after departure, runway 06. You are cleared for a left-hand circuit, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Cleared for a left-hand circuit, not above 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, roger, hold position, I will report back.
Holding position, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
We're getting there. It's getting busy
Delta
now.
Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot on final runway 06 full stop.
And Echo Romeo Foxtrot, Roger. Clear to land number 2 for runway 06. QNH 1011, surface wind 050 at 6 knots.
Clear to land number 2 on runway 06 QNH 1011 Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Now, I could have said continue approach. You weren't
Shannon Tower, good morning. Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango, holding short, runway 06.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, hold position. After departure runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet via 4, UNH 1011.
Cleared for VFR departure after departing traffic. Left-hand circuit, 1,500 feet, QNH 1011.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, correct. Hold position. I will report back.
Roger, holding position.
Shannon Tower, November Kilo Romeo 54, on extended downwind for request final.
November Kilo 54, Roger, report on final runway 06.
NK 54, report final 06.
Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Now, I have 2 aircraft inbound. I don't know, are they both? I know Martel is cleared. I'm unsure about Kazaki. We'll find out now in a second. There'll be some expedite requests going on if this is really Shannon. You better believe it. But we're all right. We're getting there, lads. It's all coming together.
Golf Golf Yankee, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Golf Golf Yankee, Roger. Report on final runway 06.
Report final runway 06, Golf Golf Yankee.
If you had radar...
Shannon Tower, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, hold position. After departure runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet via 4, UNH 1011.
Hold position. After departure runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits and not above altitude 1,500 feet via 4, QNH 1011, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Mike, Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot vacated on to Charlie.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot, contact Shannon Ground on 118.7. Bye-bye.
To ground on 121.8. Thank you.
121.8. Good man yourself. Mike, Uniform Sierra Echo 168, Shannon Tower.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, go ahead.
Clear takeoff runway 06. Report when downwind.
Clear for takeoff 06, will report on downwind. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
It is harder than it looks. Without radar, it's difficult, but it's once we get there. Could be painful to watch, but don't worry, lads. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Mr. Muse is going to go out. Then we're going to...
Muse is going to go out. Then we'll let Catbad out. And we'll just see how we're getting on here. Because we've got an aircraft on final, right? Have them all go down to Fines, turn base. I know, but like, their takeoff is well spread out, so I'm not overly worried. It was the couple of guys on your server that kind of threw me a little bit, but we're grand. We're getting there.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot vacated onto Charlie.
Golf Golf Romeo Foxtrot, Roger, contact Shannon ground on 121.8. Bye-bye.
121.8, Delta Golf Romeo Foxtrot. Bye.
Hey, good stuff. That's 2 down.
Shannon Tower, NKR 54 on final.
NKR 54, you are clear to land runway 06, surface wind 060 at 5 knots. Clear to land.
NKR 54, clear to land, runway 06.
Okay, we're getting there. We're going to have CapVat moving now shortly, and then we're not too bad. There's about 4 people here. We'll get these out of here fairly quick. It's coming together, lads. I love it when a plan comes together. Right, Echo is still on ground, so he's going to be taxing people back through on Charlie there, yeah? Right, let's see what happens. So we see Quaggy coming in. He's clear to land. As soon as he lands, then we'll start releasing all these other guys. Squawk 79. It's all fine. It's grand. It's totally fine. When you're doing this on VATSim, there's a lot, like, there's way more control. Spacing is a thing.
Golf Yankee on final for runway 06.
Did he report downwind? Maybe he did. I don't think so.
Golf Yankee, you are number 2, continue approach for runway 06.
This is going to be fun. All right, we're just waiting on Quaggy, then CapVat, and then we go through the other one. Murphy had that in the last stream. I could only see his nav lights. Yeah. Depends on the aircraft, lads. If you're using a livery, maybe, it might work.
Shannon Tower, Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo holding short runway 6 at the Alpha, ready to copy.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, hold position. After departure runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure runway 6, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, correct. Hold position, I will report back.
Zulu Sierra Charlie Echo, Roger. Holding position, correction, holding position, Zulu Sierra Charlie Echo.
That's okay. Now, I wasn't sure it was Kazaki on it, but maybe he is.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Shannon Tower.
Go ahead.
Clear takeoff runway 06, surface winds 050 at 6 knots, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind. Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
Golf Alpha Mike, Oscar November, Shannon Tower.
Golf Alpha Mike, Oscar November, go ahead.
Just confirming you are at the whole short line runway 06.
Correct, at the whole short line 06.
Golf Alpha Mike, Oscar November, clear takeoff runway 06, surface wind 050 6 knots, report when downwind.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06, report downwind, Golf Alpha Mike, Oscar November.
Shannon Tower, November Kilo 54, clear of the runway.
November Kilo 54, Roger, contact Shannon ground on 121.8. Bye-bye.
November Kilo 54, tuning Shannon ground on 121.8.
Okay, we're getting there now. We are getting there. What was Iceman's call sign?
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 on downwind.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. State intention.
Requesting full stop landing. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Roger, report when on final runway 06.
Reporting final. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
And Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango. I'm on downwind and would like to make a low pass over the runway.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Roger. Extend your downwind, and I will call you back.
Roger, extending downwind, Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
Who was the last dude?
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, Shannon Tower.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, Shannon Tower. You can go ahead.
Just to confirm you're on the whole short line, runway 06.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, Roger, on the whole short line.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06. Clear takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 6, report downwind, Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo.
It's coming together. Bear with me, lads. We're doing it.
Shannon Tower, November 235, Romeo Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
November 235 Romeo Mike, hold position. After departure, runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, November 235, Romeo Mike.
November 235 Romeo Mike, correct. Surface wind 050, 6 knots, runway 06, cleared to takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, November 235, Romeo Mike.
Well, that was smooth. We're getting there. Yeah, there's some uncontrolled aircraft ethic. It's a pain in the ass, isn't it? We're getting there, though.
Shannon Tower, Pizza Hut, 64 Mike, holding short runway 06, ready for departure.
Pizza Hut 645, Shannon Tower, hold position. After departure, runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Pizza Hut 64 Mike, hold position, cleared left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet, QNH 1011.
Pizza Hut 64 Mike, correct. Surface wind 050, 6 knots, runway 06, clear takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Pizza Hut 64 Mike.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Shannon Tower.
Go ahead.
Make straight in, runway 06, report on final.
Making straight in runway 06 and report on final. Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
We're getting there. Things are starting to happen. Slowly but surely.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, Roger. Report on final runway 06.
Report final runway 06, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Shannon Tower, Golf 249 Tango Mike, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Last aircraft calling, please repeat call sign.
Golf 249 Tango Mike.
And Golf 249 Tango Mike, hold position after departure runway 06. You are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet, VFR QNH 1011, Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Golf 249 Tango Mike, roger. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06, cleared for takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 on final 06.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06, cleared to land.
Clear to land 06, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Shannon Tower, also Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango on short final.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, continue approach for low pass, report on downwind.
On short final, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, continue low pass and report on downwind.
Continue low pass, overhead departing traffic, and will report on downwind. Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo on downwind, full stop, runway 6.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, roger, report on final runway 06.
Zulu Sierra Charlie Echo, report on final, roger.
November 235 Romeo Mike, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
November 235 Romeo Mike, roger, extend downwind, I will call you back.
Stand downwind, November 235 Romeo Mike.
Golf Yankee on final for runway 06, full stop.
Golf Yankee, surface wind 0506 knots, runway 06, clear land.
Pizza at 64 Mike, downwind, full stop.
Pizza at 64 Mike, extend downwind, I'll call you back.
We'll go. Pizza at 64 Mike.
Break, Golf Yankee, runway 06, clear to land, number 1.
Cleared to land, runway 06, Golf Yankee.
It's all happening now, lads, isn't it? Jesus.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November on final, runway 06, full stop.
Golf Alpha Mike, Oscar November, continue approach, number 2 for landing. We'll report back to you. I'll call you back, but continue approach, number 2.
Continue approach number 2, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November.
Radar would be so handy now.
Shannon ground, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango, downwind for a full stop landing.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, roger, continue and extend downwind, I'll call you back.
Extending downwind, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
If we manage to
Mike
get
Uniform Sierra Echo 168, vacating on Charlie.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, roger, contact Shannon ground on 121.8, bye-bye.
121.8 for Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, bye-bye.
No, 249 Tango Mike, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Golf 249 Tango Mike, Roger, extend downwind, I'll call you back.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo on final.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo. Roger, continue approach, number 2. Break. Golf Yankee. Clear to land runway 06.
Golf Yankee vacated onto Charlie.
Contact tower on 121.8. Bye-bye.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November. Shall I go around?
There you are! Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, you are clear to land runway 06.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, clear land, runway 06.
I thought I lost one. It's all right. I nearly lost. It was grand. Jesus. Now, where's this other loser up on?
Pizza Hut. 6-4 Mike. Shannon Tower.
Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike, posse message.
Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike, do you have visual on a Cessna 172 on your 12 o'clock?
Affirm visual with Cessna 172, Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike.
Roger, Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike, follow that Cessna 172, you will be number 3.
Wilco, number 3, Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike.
Break, November 235 Romeo Mike, turn left onto base, you are cleared for approach, report on final, runway 06.
Report on final, turn to base, November 235 Romeo Mike. I was nearly in New York.
And Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike, follow the Cessna 172 on your 12 o'clock.
Wilco, Pizza Hut 6-4 Mike.
It's coming together now, lads. We're catching up. Jesus, I need to lie down in a minute. Where's that thing out of where was what was your man? Oh yeah, do you remember your man in Airplane? He unplugged the thing. Do you remember he unplugged the thing, right? Who was that landing? That was Zulu Sierra. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we're catching up now. This would have been so much easier if we just went with your names. Oh, Jesus. We're getting there. Hey, Noodles, good to see you. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. This is fabulous to watch. So glad I'm not doing this. Airlock, right?
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, vacated onto Charlie.
Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, Roger, contact Shannon ground 121.8. Bye-bye.
Over to 121.8, Golf Alpha Mike Oscar November, bye-bye.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Shannon Tower.
Go ahead.
I wasn't forgetting you. Can you see a PA-28 on your 12 o'clock?
I see a nameplate.
Okay, follow Maddie Losa. You will be number 4 for your approach.
As number 4 for the approach, Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
And Alpha Tango, report on final.
And we'll report on final, Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Tango.
It's coming together, lads. Jesus. Who's
Shannon
left?
Tower, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, holding short runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, hold position. After departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position. After departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above 1,500 feet. QNH 1011, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, correct. Surface wind 050 at 6 knots, runway 06, clear to takeoff, report on downwind.
Clear for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Now, depending on the airport...
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, vacated onto Charlie.
Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo, Roger, contact Shannon ground 121.8. Bye-bye.
over to 121.8 Zulu Sierra India Charlie Echo. Roger. Thank you very much for the ATC.
That's brilliant, brilliant. So what you might find, if it's a very busy airport, you might hear immediate departure, or they might say no delay. That basically means get up out of it quick, right? So if you hear that, it just means don't be dawdling. Just get out of there quick as you can. So some controllers might say that. They're not getting thick with you, they're not angry with you, but they just need you to get out of there quickly. Because the fear is of any airport, if the aircraft approaching are stacking, and you'll try and space them out, if you have aircraft departing which are slow, that could force a go-around. Airlines don't like go-arounds. Now, as a pilot, you have to plan for these.
November
eventualities.
235 Romeo Mike on final for runway 06, full stop.
November 235 Romeo Mike, clear to land runway 06, surface wind 050 6 knots.
Clear to land runway 06, November 235 Romeo Mike.
So, like, don't...
Pizza Hut 64 Mike on a long final, runway 06.
Pizza Hut 64 Mike, Roger, follow the Cessna 172 on final.
We'll go Pizza Hut 64 Mike.
So don't ever get worried if you hear a controller saying stuff like that, immediate departure or vacate runway when able. Don't worry if they're not getting cross with you, unless they're telling you.
And Shannon Tower, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
Charlie Alpha Tango, Bravo Alpha Tango, Shannon Tower, go ahead.
Turning on base leg for 06, wondering, do you want me to be behind the PA-28 or the 172 that's behind it?
Behind the PA-28, he should be number 2. That's Matty Losa.
Roger.
But yeah, so don't ever worry about that stuff. Epic.
Shannon Tower.
249 Tango Mike, and long downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Golf 249 Tango Mike, Roger, extend downwind, I'll call you back.
Shannon Tower, Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot, holding short of runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, hold position after departure runway 06, contact correction. After departure runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuit, not above altitude 1,500 feet via 4, UNH 1011.
Hold position after departure runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, Roger, hold position, I will call you back.
Hold position, Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot.
And Shannon Tower, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango is now on final.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, Roger, continue approach, you are number 3 for landing.
Number 3, continue approach, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
November 235 Romeo Mike, traffic on the runway, no factor.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, downwind for runway 06, full stop.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee, Roger, report on final runway 06. Sierra Tango Foxtrot, Shannon Tower.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot.
Clear for takeoff runway 06, surface wind 050 at 6 knots, report on downwind.
Clear for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Pizza Hut 64 Mike, you are clear to land runway 06, surface wind 050 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Pizza Hut 64 Mike.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, you are number 2 for landing. Continue approach.
Continue approach, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
November 235 Romeo Mike vacated onto Charlie.
November 235 Romeo Mike, Roger, contact Shannon ground on 121.8. Good stuff, Gibbo.
121.8 November 235 Romeo Mike. Good job, never doubted you for a second.
I didn't doubt myself either until, well, I did. Wouldn't it be better to do this on a multi-group to stop other players not in your ATC? But you'd only get 5 other aircraft. It'll be, you know what I mean? It's grand. Like, it's grand. That's just a player. I mean, he's probably sitting on the runway going, wow, look at all the traffic here. This is awesome. It's totally fine.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango. Runway 06, clear to land. Winds 0506 knots.
Runway 06, clear to land. Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango.
Shannon Tower, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, holding short, runway 06 at Alpha, ready to copy.
Delta Romeo Foxtrot, hold position. After departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude, 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure, runway 06, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500, QNH 1011, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, correct. Hold position, I will call you back.
Holding position, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
I mixed up my words. Colonel Fork is here. He just said Shannon Tower. Ghost Rider requesting a flyby. Roger, Ghost Rider. Fly by the Jesus of it. Welcome in. Good to see you, Colonel Fork.
64 Mike, runway vacated at Charlie.
Pizza 64 Mike, Roger, contact Shannon ground, 121.8. Bye-bye.
121.8. Good job, Mr. Controller. See ya.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, traffic is cleared. Good man yourself.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was on the frequency.
You gave him the 1,000-yard stare. Brilliant.
There he goes. On to incoming traffic. All is well in the realm.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee on final for runway 06, full stop.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee. Clear to land, runway 06. Surface wind 0506 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Sierra Echo, Golf Tango Foxtrot on late downwind.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, Roger, extend downwind. I will call you back.
And Shannon Tower, Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Tango, vacated the runway via Charlie.
Charlie Alpha Tango Bravo Alpha Tango, Roger, contact Shannon ground, 121.8. Bye-bye.
121.8, bye-bye.
Good man, Catpat. Jeez, that was brilliant, wasn't it? In a chopper, no less. I would love to see Wake Turbulence implement. Oh, yeah, that's game changer. Game changer. Does anyone know where the runway is? Toto, don't worry. I'll give you vectors. How are we looking now, lads? Kane Effort, take care, man. Have a great week. We're getting close to that time now, lads. No further departures. We're just going to get everyone who's landed in. Except for... Oh, Jesus, I'm after leaving someone holding. Who was that? Oh, I know who it was. Sit tight. I know who it was.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, Shannon Tower.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, ready to copy.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot. You are clear takeoff runway 06, surface winds 050 at 6 knots. Report on downwind.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, Shannon Tower.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, ready to copy.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot. Make straight in, runway 06 for full stop landing. Report on final.
Straight in for 06, full stop landing, will report final. Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot.
Hello there.
Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Copy, Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Current position?
Somewhere in the unknown. I feel forgotten.
Golf 249 Tango Mike. Roger, make straight in for runway 06. Report on final.
Copy, report on final. Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Days, it's just as well we're not paying
Golf
the fuel.
Bravo. Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee vacated onto Charlie.
Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee. Roger, contact Shannon Ground 121.8. Bye-bye.
Over to 121.8. Golf Delta Bravo Alpha Yankee.
Nice, lads. Nice. I know it's mad looking here. This is way, way more difficult when you're not on something like VATSim. VATSim has proper radio. It means they can have way better spacing and far more control. I mean, this is literally, I'm trying to control the tower and Epic Fool is controlling the ground. Like, it's extremely difficult to do this without seeing the squawks on a radar screen, without seeing your actual call signs. I mean, we're looking at your nameplates. So it is quite difficult. So if you're looking at this thinking, sweet mother of suffering, it's not as bad as it looks.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot, final on runway 06 for a full stop.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, Roger, runway 06, clear to land, surface wind 0506 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot.
And without training is right, Epic. Without training. I'm not a controller, lads. I'm far from it, right? This is just to help break the ice of communicating whilst we're flying. And we'll do this a lot more. I mean, this isn't just it tonight. We're going to be doing more of this
Delta
next
Echo
week.
Golf Romeo Foxtrot on downwind, runway 06, full stop.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, Roger, report on final, runway 06.
Report on final, runway 06, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Like, we'll eventually get onto VATSim and I'll give you a full demonstration on VATSim, and then hopefully we get 2 or 3 other people on the same night just to fly this on VATSim so you start getting an idea what it's all about, right? 2 weeks ago, our last lesson, practice makes permanent. You got to keep practicing this. Get yourself familiar with what you have to say, when you have to say it, and even something as simple as flying a circuit. You would be amazed how much training you're actually teaching muscle memory, right? 500 feet, turn left. 500 feet, turn left. Okay. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of building all these muscle memories into yourself. You're getting used to the aircraft, handling the aircraft, and without even realizing it, you're getting very familiar with this airspace. Visual reference points, you know where the runways are. By now, you know where the taxiways are. So give it a couple of more days or weeks. Eventually, when we leave the circuits, and that's what we're going to be doing very soon, we're going to be parking circuits. We're happy with them now. And we're going to start doing a straight out departure. We're going to fly from one airport to the next airport. We're going to do it by VFR, then we're going to do it by IFR. So there's a lot of other ways we're going to be learning how to fly. This is quite difficult because you have to do all sorts of piloting within a very small area. Plus, you have to put up with controllers who, me especially, not in any way capable to control live traffic. This is just keeping an eye on people and what they're doing. And hats off to Epic, he's on the ground. Extremely difficult. Do you know what I mean? But we'll keep practicing it. And that's what the fun thing is. We keep practicing. And like, this is very similar to VATSim. There's no one going to shout at you or give out to you. Give it your best shot. Do your due diligence. Read the charts. Read back the instructions. Don't be afraid to ask the controller to repeat something. Don't be afraid to log on as an observer and just, you know, get a feel for the place. Listen to a controller, or perhaps there's
Shannon
other
Tower, good
controllers.
evening. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 at the hole, ready to copy.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Hold position. After departure runway 06, you are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR. QNH 1011.
Hold in position, cleared for left-hand circuits, not above 1,500 feet. QNH 1011. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, correct. Surface wind 0506 knots, runway 06, cleared for immediate takeoff, report downwind.
Cleared for immediate takeoff, runway 06, will report downwind. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot on final runway 06, full stop.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot, runway 06, cleared to land, surface wind 0506 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Don't worry, Gibbo. We will. We will, Gibbo. We will. Did you stream? Oh, wait. Does anyone buzz the tower yet? Soon. Very soon.
Hello there.
Hello there. Who is this? KFC. Up the yard. Permission to land. No.
Sierra Echo Golf Tango Foxtrot vacated onto Charlie.
Sierra Tango Foxtrot, roger, contact Shannon Ground 121.8. We'll see you.
To ground on 121.8. Thank you for tonight.
Nice. We're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. It's a bit of crack, lads, isn't it? Jesus. Poor old Epic Fool. We'll have to lay him out after all of this. I say the stress levels now, do you know? Now, we need to watch our time as well, lads, so we'll hold off further departures. Catpat redeemed a sip. We'll hold off further departures for the moment. But I highly recommend keep practicing this in your own time as well. Keep practicing. And if you feel that, you know, the confidence level is there, you're somewhat happy about this, give it a bash on VATSim. Give it a bash. You can't go too wrong. Follow the script, right? Where's Muse gone? If you feel the need for speed, absolutely. Did I forget someone again? I don't think I did. That's Toto over there. He's coming in. He's grand. All is well. All is well. Where's this script? Yeah, it's in, Frankie, it's in Discord. It's in the ATC course, and there's a document in there called the ATC Ground School. Like, I'm using a lot of information already available on the internet. There's stuff from VATSim. There's stuff from various aviation authorities. Some of my own stuff is in there as well.
On Tower Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie, holding short runway 06 Alpha, ready to copy.
Last aircraft calling, please repeat call sign.
India Yankee Golf Charlie.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie, hold position after departure runway 06. You are cleared for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011.
Hold position after departure runway 06, clear for left-hand circuits, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR, QNH 1011, Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie, correct. Surface wind 0506 knots, runway 06, cleared for takeoff, report downwind.
For takeoff, runway 06, report downwind, Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie.
And of course,
Delta
always.
Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
249 Tango Mike on final for runway 06 full stop.
Golf 249 Air Tango Mike, runway 06, clear to land, surface wind 050, 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, Golf 249 Tango Mike.
Delta Echo Golf, Romeo Foxtrot, Shannon Tower, go ahead.
Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot vacated onto Charlie.
Delta Echo Golf, Romeo Foxtrot, Roger, contact Shannon ground, 121.8, bye-bye.
1.1.8. Thank you, and by Delta Echo Golf Romeo Foxtrot.
Huzzah!
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 reporting downwind.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Roger, please state your intention.
Full stop landing on Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Roger, report on final, runway 06.
Reporting final, runway 06, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Do I do this in real life? I don't, KFC.
Shannon Tower, Lancer 6-4, inbound from the north, request standard OVA join.
What was that call sign?
Lance Air 64, Shannon Tower. Join on a left downwind for runway 06 and report on base.
Join left downwind for runway 06, report base, Lancer 6-4 Mike.
Is that Matty again, is it? Because he's in something very fast. David Bay says, despite my tech problems, really enjoyable. Thanks all. Oh, nice, nice. Hey, B. Carlo, good to see you. After updating my drivers today, I'm getting a large stutter every 12 seconds. B. Carlo, do you have FSUIPC? That is Matty, is it? Grand, okay. What was his call sign? Matty, are you okay? Are you okay? Balls, what was Matty's call sign again? 6-4 Mike. Yeah, it was just 6-4 Mike, wasn't it? Lance Air 6-4 Mike. Is that what he said?
Lance Air 64 Mike, Shannon Tower.
Lancer 6-4 Mike, passing message.
Lance Air 64 Mike, you are capable of VTOL, correct?
A-firm, Lancer 6-4 Mike.
Lance Air 64 Mike, Roger. Approach runway 06. You are number 4. And contact me on a final for runway 06.
Number 4, approach runway 06 and contact you on final, Lancer 6-4 Mike.
It's getting silly now with the friggin' fast jets. Jesus. Oh, we're getting there. Are we having fun yet? I need to lie down after this. It's almost bedtime, lads. So we get these lads landed and then it's going to be good night, Irene. Or Eileen. I say again, Irene. What's that out of? Irene. Irene! What's that out of? Someone tell us it's out of something. Irene. It's out of something. Your Murph said the same thing. It must be that. Yes, B. Carlo, you need to update FSUIPC. It's been given all sorts of hell. As much as I want to see a bald Murph and pulling his hair out, I'm going to say goodnight. Airlock Doc, good night to you. You take care. Trarog just gifted a tier 1 sub to KFC Turbo. Ah, Trarog, thank you very, very much, man. Cheers. Oh, Jesus. I can't wait for Wednesday when we're doing the news. Gibbo, I'm going to be saying, Shagall. God, this thing's happening, look. Jesus. Who's pressing buttons? Where's me mouse? Oh, it's over here, look. Old Veteran 965 gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Well, holy moly. Scott, thank you very, very much indeed. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. Gibbo, we're researching nothing, mate. We're just going to sit here and talk.
India Yankee Golf Charlie downwind for runway 06. Touch and go.
Ooh.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie. Roger, report on final, runway 06.
Final runway 06. Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie.
Jesus, lads. Just make up for it, Givo. It works for Murphy. Or make it up. Yeah, just make it up. No, we still haven't give up. We're just... Wednesday night, lads. Join us for the stream. We're just going to sit here and talk shop for a while. What's your favourite kind of humming noise? Is it or is it Do you know what I mean? Oh. Eamon says, Murph, #1 story on Wednesday. Murph had a nervous breakdown. Right, do you know what I mean?
Shannon Tower, this is November 9510 Victor. Preparing to taxi to runway 06.
Last aircraft calling, please repeat call sign.
Call sign is November 9510 Victor.
November 9510 Victor. You are approved for VFR circuits and engine start. Squawk VFR. Active runway is 06. QNH 1011. Call for taxi.
Roger that.
Ooh, it's a roger that. But don't worry, you need to learn somewhere, lads. Don't be worrying. The whole point of this, and I mean this, everyone's going to, oh, he said it wrong. I don't care. The whole point...
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 reporting final.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Surface wind 0506 knots, runway 06. Clear to land.
Runway 06 clear to land. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
The whole point of this is to break the anxiety, is to break the worry. Get rid of it. It doesn't exist anymore. Like, don't be afraid to talk on ATC. And I know it's easy to say, but honestly, it's just us. I mean, look what I did earlier on. Look what I'm doing now. Givo, don't worry.
249 Tango Mike, vacated onto Charlie.
Golf 249 Tango Mike, thank you. Contact Shannon Ground on 121.8. Bye-bye.
Over to 121.8, Golf 249 Tango Mike. Good to be back.
Yeah, you go Charlie on final for runway 06, touch and go.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie, Roger, you are #2. Follow the Cessna 172 on final for runway 06.
I don't think he's #2. I think he's ahead of Muse.
Correction. Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie, you are clear to touch and go runway 06. Report on downwind.
Yes. Touch and go runway 06. Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie.
He's getting... He went ahead of Muse there, but don't worry about
Lancer
it.
64 Mike, turning base now, and we appear to be a flight of 2.
It's a freaking invasion!
Lancer 64 Mike, Roger, you are #3 for landing. Report short final.
Number 3, report short final, Lancer 64 Mike.
As I said, the whole point of this is to practice. It's us. It's only us. When you jump onto networks and you see like Cross the Pond, so the VATSim event is on this coming weekend, Cross the Pond. It's a massive, massive ordeal. It's so awesome to watch. There are literally hundreds of simulated pilots, or how do I say? Flight simmers, simulated pilots, flight simmers, armchair pilots, right?
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 initiating go around. We're having problems with our flaps.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Roger, report on downwind.
We'll report on downwind. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
We're in Shannon, aren't we?
And Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 Shannon Tower.
Shannon Tower, this is November 9510 Victor. Prepared to proceed to downwind. Request approved.
Jesus, how did he get up there?
November 9510 Victor, Roger. You are clear to continue. Report on final for runway 06.
5x5.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 Wilco.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo Shannon Tower.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168, go ahead.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo, you are directed to divert to Echo India Delta Lima.
Divert to Echo India Delta Lima. Thanks. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
I hear the weather's lovely up there.
Brilliant.
I'm only joking.
Come on up to Donegal with you. Up the air now with that. Get with that garden. Jesus, Viper, where are you going, you devil? You took off without freaking taxi clearance. But it's grand. It's grand. We'll learn together. I agree it's scary at first, says KFC, but everyone forgets ATC are there to help you every step of the way. Yeah. It is the slag admin time. Yeah, right. But if I can't slag Gibbo, he was smooth tonight. That call sign as well. Do you know what I mean? That's got to be a wind up for you, Murph. Yeah, right. Do you know what I mean? Muse, let us know how it is in Glasgow. Brilliant. Hang on, we'll have a bit of crack here now.
And Lancer 64 Mike, Shannon Tower.
Answer 6 for Mike, post your message.
You're instructed to divert to Echo India Charlie Kilo.
Negative minimum fuel. Answer 6 for Mike.
And 64 Mike, Shannon Tower. Ah, well.
If only.
Continue your approach. You are number 1 for landing.
Continue approach. Lancer 6 for Mike.
Cleared runway 06.
Clear to land runway
India.
06.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie on downwind for runway 06, touch and go.
And Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie Roger, report on final runway 06.
Final runway 06, Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 on downwind for full stop on runway 06.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 Roger, extend downwind. I will call you back.
Extend downwind, Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
We'll practice this a bit more, lads. So don't worry if tonight has gone completely over your head. It probably will. For some folks, right? If anyone is struggling with any particular part of this, and I mean this genuinely, if there's anyone struggling, you're looking at it, you're thinking, well, I think I can do A, B, and C, or I can do stages 1 to 4, or whatever, right? Reach out. Tell us. I'm not going to progress with the entire course until I know everyone, and I mean this genuinely. I want everyone to be comfortable with what we're doing. So,
Shannon Tower, this is November 9510 Victor, reporting on final. Proceed, prepare to land.
November 9510 Victor. You are clear to land runway 06, number 1 for landing.
Lancer 6 for Mike, runway vacated on Golf.
Lancer 64 Mike, Roger, contact Shannon Ground 121.8. Bye-bye.
Shannon Ground 121.8.
Yeah, but as I said, don't worry, lads. That's brilliant. As I said, and I mean genuinely, right? And it's not all patronizing or whatever. If you're genuinely stuck or you're struggling with any part of this course of what we've done so far, reach out, drop me a DM. If you don't want other people to know, drop me a DM and say, hey Murph, can we go over this lesson or can we go over that lesson? like that's something I'll do like 1-to-1 with you. If there's enough people who need to go over something, we'll plan a stream or we'll do something on Discord. But if you're just stuck with something and you want to do a bit of 1-to-1, if I'm available, 100%, I'm happy to jump on for a while. Even if I'm doing a bit of controlling or even flying along with you on a 1-to-1. So don't ever worry. If you're struggling with anything, just shout. All right? And I mean that. Do you know? Marv, did you do a review of Pilot ATC? I didn't review it, Airlock. I've used it, but I haven't reviewed it.
And November 90510 Victor, welcome to Shannon Airport. Exit runway your next right onto Alpha. Contact ground on 121.8. Bye-bye.
Roger.
Good stuff, Viper Strike. That's the first time I think Viper's ever spoken on ATC. There he goes. But you know what I mean? Like, there's no right or wrong way. Who's Speed Angel? You bear with that.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Sir Guybrush Driftwood, welcome in. I'm going to sit in a dark room for several beers. That's okay, Toto. It's okay. Jeez, you better talk to Muse fan. We're after extending them there the whole way.
Yeah, Yankee Go Charlie on final for runway 06. Touch and go.
Echo India Yankee Golf Charlie. Roger. Cleared to land or cleared for touch and go runway 06. Report downwind.
Go runway 06 Echo India Yankee Go Charlie.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168 Shannon Tower.
Shannon Tower, go ahead.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo, make straight in runway 06. Report on final.
Make straight in runway 06 will report on final. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
Brilliant, brilliant. Sir Guybrush says, I'm lurking while making dinner. What's for dinner? But I wanted to drop a follow, folks. Like you and Fabio are doing amazing work for the community, especially newcomers like me. Thank you very, very much. Listen, you got to start somewhere, man. And I don't for a second, like, yous know me. Yous know me. I'm nowhere near the level of expertise, nowhere near it that Fabio has. I mean, I watch the Flying Fabio all the time. I learn so much from him. But my point is, right, but they can't exactly hurt us, right? They can't hit us physically. They might emotionally scar us, but they can't say much to us. So the point is, give it a go. What a way to enhance your flight simulation. It's a great way to enhance your hobby. You don't have to do it all the time, but there are times when you might want to say, wow, I could literally take off out of, Dublin, listening to an Irish accent, and I could land in Spain, Barcelona, and like there'd be a local Spaniard there, or in England, or up to Scotland, or in America, New Zealand. It doesn't matter, anywhere in the world. I mean, VATSim pretty much has you covered, right? That's awesome. That's deadly. There's Italian lads I've often listened to them. I'd be no good with the Italian lads, because it's very, very fast. You know what I mean? You can land at the runway of your choice. I can't even do it, right? That was really bad, Murph. Ciao. Yeah, that's it. But you know what I mean? Imagine that. You're
Mike
flying.
Uniform Sierra Echo 168 reporting on final.
Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168. Clear to land runway 06. Surface wind 0506 knots.
Clear to land 06. Mike Uniform Sierra Echo 168.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Now, wait here. I want to see you dealing with French ATC, Murph. In the real world, that'd be handy. Should they never be there? Who said that? They strike all the time. But yes. Right, lads. A huge shout out to Epic Fool tonight as well. Epic came in. He wasn't supposed to be here. He had other stuff, but he jumped on, and he's after giving a massive dig out. Huge thanks to Epic Fool for staffing up the towers for us as well. We wouldn't have pulled it off without you, mate. And to Gibbo as well for helping and offering to help. He's a legend. And it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious as Gibbo. It is. So I'm going to do one of these.
All stations. Shannon Tower is now closing. Monitor Unicom on 122.8. Thanks for flying.
It's awful rude, yeah?
Jesus, I didn't mean you. Come here, how'd you get on? Oh, hang hang on, I'll turn off this
voice. How'd you get on, Epic?
Grand, yeah. I sent you a thing there for make things easier, nice sticking around. Granda.
Cool. And compared to 2 weeks ago, they've gotten better, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. A1, sure.
It's class, man. It's class. Huge thanks to Epic for helping us out there tonight. Epic is epic. It even says it there in the chat, look. Nice.
Awesome stuff, Epic.
Incoming traffic rescue 1-2. There's FOD on the runway. Go around. Runway closed. Airport closed. Divert to Kuna.
But that's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. So well done to everyone for tonight. Don't worry if this has beyond your realms of understanding. Don't worry. Next week we're going to do the same again. And it's not to be boring. We'll change it up a little bit next week, right? Let's see, can we maybe throw a curveball in there? Let's do a different runway perhaps. Or if we're in luck, if Shannon ATC is actually staffed on the night on VATSim, well, maybe we can get 1 or 2 people to jump on. We'll have to talk beforehand because the controller, they've other traffic to deal with. But if we have the chance to do this, it could be a lot of fun. Again, if anyone's stuck or you're struggling, drop me a DM. I'll deal with you on a one-to-one basis. Don't be worrying if you're struggling with this. Our job is to make sure you're 100% comfortable doing this. The circuits is only the start. This is putting so many different things, combining them all together. It's supposed to be hard. So after this, it actually starts getting a little bit easier. We start relying more on navigation, looking at our maps, and then you're going to be flying from point to point. Eventually, we'll start doing some cross countries. We're going to have, take off from airport A, land at B, then land at C. There'll be a bit of that in it as well. Then, after all of that, we'll get into the IFR flights, instrument flight rules, where we have to get SIDS and stars and all this sort of jazz. Then we might even push it up into the next category of aircraft. We could look at airliners. Then we have to fly in North America. We're going to fly in the United States and see how the changes of lingo and some of the flight rules differ from what we're currently learning here. There's a lot of content here. You're not going to be an expert at the end of it. That's not the goal. The goal here is to give you enough information, to give you enough practice so that you're able to do this yourself and be confident, competent, and comfortable as you do it. That's all, right? It's great crack, lads, and yous are brilliant for tuning in. I need to go and lie down now because, well, sweet lamb is suffering, Jesus. And I'll see yous on Wednesday when we're going to do the news. And then we have a group flight on Friday as we check out the new Dublin airportage. Right. See you soon.